My favorite thing about growing up in this area was access to so many different things. We're just really close to Acadia National Park, Baxter State Park. We have the National Monument in the area now, and there's all these really cool areas that are really close. Had to go away to kind of discover that, man, not every place has all those resources right in your backyard. I first started doing the Kenduskeag Race in college. I often tell people that it's one of my favorite Maine days. I race with my fiance, and it's just a blast. The Kenduskeag Stream Canoe Race is a race that happens every year in April. It runs 16 miles from the town of Kenduskeag into downtown Bangor. You go up to the town of Kenduskeag, which is a tiny little town, and there's a couple thousand people on the lawn at the put-in. And you know, this is a town that doesn't see a couple thousand people probably in a month, but they're all there that day. I think the sense of community is really what brings people from all over. You've got racers there that already have a few races under their belt. They've been training for it. This is like the big show. And then you have folks that are there with their kids who are just out to like pass on this experience. You have folks like me that are there just because they enjoy it and they've been doing it. It's a tradition. The boat I use for the Kenduskeag is a Discovery. The way the race goes, you have about 10 miles of flat water, but then you get into the whitewater and it's a great little boat to turn fast and make it through. Not that I've made it through the whitewater every year unscathed, but for the most part, it's not the boat's fault. 6 Mile Falls is the first big rapid and really the first rapid period on the river. So a lot of folks come into that. It's their first rapid, maybe their first rapid ever for some people that are doing the race. There's big crowds, everybody's cheering, and the spectators usually get a good show there. My uncles had Old Town boats. My dad and my grandfather had one, and at the summer camp where I grew up, we had nothing but Old Town boats. And those are the boats that I learned to paddle in. Growing up in this area with an Old Town boat, just assume that's who made canoes. But when I've traveled, when I've done trips out of state, seeing the Old Town boats kind of everywhere you go, that's when it kind of you start to realize like, oh, this isn't just the boat that everyone has, this is the boat that everybody wants, and we have it in our backyard.